Hello there, my beautiful Cancer friends. How are you? Welcome back to Sacred Knowledge Tarot. I am so happy and excited to have each and every one of you here with me today. So thank you, everyone. And those of you that are brand new to my channel, hello and welcome, my friends. My name is Ria, and I do these readings every week. All right, everyone, it's time to ground our energy. We have a powerful energetic shockwave incoming on May the 17th. Now, this is happening due to 3 specific planetary alignments. Now, the first one is actually happening on May the 16th. This is where the asteroid series enters the sign of Aries. This is where it's activating the spirit warrior within us. So you're definitely going to feel this within yourself, the spirit warrior rising. And then on May the 17th, we have the Sun conjunct Uranus and Mercury squaring Mars. Okay, so this alignment is actually going to send a jolt of electricity to Earth. We're going to see Mother Earth responding to this for sure, and we're going to feel it within ourselves. So things are going to stir up. It feels like something is cracking open and then a revelation is coming through. This is why it's important to ground yourselves. Buckle up your seatbelt, everyone, and get ready for this ride. I feel those of you that are spiritually in tune, you've got this, right? It's all about keeping yourself grounded. Now, Spirit wanted to share with you some messages that you need to hear around this energy. So let's get right into it. All right, Cancer, let's call in Spirit and open up your reading. Let's see what it is that Spirit wants to share with you around this incoming shockwave. So we're going to start with a shadow card, okay? So this is a shadow that Spirit wants you to be aware of as this energy is coming in. So we are getting for you controlling shadow. Have you seen or experienced a controlling shadow? Now, some of you might be resonating with the image of this card. So the shadow tries to control situations and people. It's authoritative or dominating influence. Have you seen this around? Now, Spirit wants to share with you, trying to control everything is time consuming and it limits your growth and learning experiences. Are you feeling this shadow within yourself, Cancer? So once again, trying to control everything is time consuming and it limits your growth and learning experiences. Okay, and some of you, again, this image here, we've got, this looks like a black magic doll, right? So a little bit of a dark energy here for sure. So anything to do with curses and things like that, they don't actually have power over you. I know some of us believe in curses and those kinds of things. For me, I don't believe in them, so they don't affect me, and that's just what I believe. You might believe differently. So let's pull some tarot cards and see what else is coming through. So we are getting here 8 of Swords. So we have an incredibly powerful breaking free energy. Okay, so things are going to shake up. This energy that is coming in through these planetary alignments, this shockwave, is going to throw you a little bit out of your comfort zone. But that needs to happen in order for you to break free. So 8 of Swords energy. Oh my goodness, 10 of Swords. So we have a lot of intensity here. You're definitely breaking free from some sort of an old karmic cycle. This could be just a regular cycle, an old chapter, right? But you're definitely breaking free here, okay? So 10 of Swords, and we have the 8 of Cups, and you're walking away. I feel someone is saying it's finally over. Like, I'm done with this. I'm moving forward with my life. Really intense. And emotions here, they're going to be up and down. So allow yourself to feel the experience, feel the emotions, but don't hold on to them. Allow them to pass, right? If you need to cry it out, then cry it out, right? Don't suppress your emotions here. So 8, we've got double 8s here, by the way. Look at that. So 8, 8. Pay attention to these numbers in your life. And also, I want you to use your own intuition with my reading today. So whenever you see my cards popping up on screen, I want you to try and interpret them using your own intuition. This is going to strengthen your intuition, and you will also receive your own messages. So Cancer, there's a lot of intensity here. I feel this has to do with your mindscape, and Spirit is wanting you to connect with your spirit mind. Okay, rather than the material mind, we want to tap into the energy of our spirit mind. Right now, what I'm seeing here is an earthly mind, a physical material mind that is overwhelmed. And there's this walking away from things that no longer serve your purpose. Like, I don't know if any of you are worrying or stressing about something. This is where Spirit is bringing to you the guidance that you need on releasing this energy. So before I begin, I just wanted to mention that we all live a different life experience. These cards are going to present themselves differently in each of our lives. This is also a general reading for you today. So those of you that are watching, if my reading isn't resonating for you, please leave it behind, but also check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs. So yeah, you're definitely going to feel the experience of these cards however they show up for you. So share with me in the comment section below. This Eight of Swords. So this is you taking your power back, okay? This is you stepping into your power and authority as a leader in your life. This is you taking responsibility for your soul. This is what this entire spread is saying here. Becoming aware of some of the things that you focus on that are creating this experience that you're having right now. So what Spirit is saying, because we have a lot of swords here, I feel this has to do with your mind and the way that your mind is interpreting what it is seeing, right? So there's this filter. This is what they're showing me. There's a filter here that is reflecting to you something that is being interpreted differently than what's actually happening. So I feel you're going to gain a perspective where you're going to see a little bit more clearly and understand what's actually happening within the material world with your material mind, like something that you've been thinking about, and you're tapping into this experience now through a spiritual mind. It's the experience itself, right? So you're stepping in, and it's not that you're detaching from the feeling or the emotions of it. It's you're becoming an observer of it. And, you know, even observing your own emotions as you're going through the experience. So it's a perspective shift, the way you're seeing it. So this is where everything is going to start to change. And this is what the shockwave is bringing into your life right now. And this may rattle some of you up because you're going to find yourselves desiring or wanting change because now you know. Now you have the guidance or the clarity that you were looking for, like you're going to receive this energy, right? So I'm going to see you breaking free from limitations. It might not be I don't think it's going to be a big, huge thing where you're going to all of a sudden see something completely, like live an actual different life. This is a gradual energy, right? But you're definitely going to feel that something's different, that something has shifted. And now we stay within that energy and keep taking steps to break free, right? It's like a cycle that is breaking free. And what you're doing now is releasing the energy. All you're doing now is releasing. And any kind of stories, any kind of thoughts that are working against what it is that you're desiring to experience, Spirit is wanting you to recognize that. And I feel that this is what they're bringing into your awareness, so you do recognize it, and then you can do whatever you like with that information, right? So the Eight of Swords also is letting me know that because we have the moon here, you're going to feel a lot of different kinds of things. Your intuition is going to be heightened, so listen to your intuition, your spirit mind, connect with it. All you have to do is bring yourself to this present moment. Whenever you're in a tough situation, whenever you're feeling stuck, lonely, uncertain, looking for answers, maybe you're confused, right? An energy that keeps us stuck there. Now, what you want to do is bring yourself to the present moment and come back rather than floating around in the experience. You want to come back to your body, be here in the now in your body. Every time you do that, the more that you practice this, you're going to find that life starts to feel and look different. Okay, so the other thing I'm getting here is this person is blindfolded and they're tied up. So it feels like they're not seeing that it is themselves, like they can actually untie themselves and take the blindfold off and find their way out of the comfort zone. And this is what Spirit is calling you to do, is to get yourself out of your comfort zone. You don't even need to do that. Some of you are going to feel yourselves already out of your comfort zone. And if you are finding that you're within the energy of challenges, whatever it is that you're facing that feels difficult for you, this is actually a sign that you're in this shockwave energy and things are about to shift for the better. So the universe is working in your favor. It might not feel like it in the moment, but what no longer aligns to you and what you're wanting to experience, whatever is in the way, is going to be shaken off. Okay? So stay strong within this energy. You have a lot of power at this time. And what Spirit wants you to do is learn to work with your mind here and become aware of, the energy that you are putting into the thoughts and the stories or belief systems that you have. I feel there's belief systems here that are keeping you in a place that feels like it's restricted or limited in some way. And you have the ability, the capability to actually change this for yourself. So they want you to step over that line to actually do that, especially if you're feeling this energy, okay? So yeah, there's going to be a lot of you out there that are going to actually close a chapter out. So with the Ten of Swords, this is like a rock bottom energy. It's the low before the high comes in, right? So the low usually, I compare this to a Nike swoosh. So you're about to go through your Nike swoosh in life. Whenever we hit a low, there's a high coming. Whenever we hit a real high, prepare for that low. Life is constantly up and downy, right? So what's happening is some of you are right at the bottom and you're about to lift off here. So just be aware of that this is actually happening, but it requires that you tap into your strength. You have to get back up. So if you've been knocked down in life, you feel that, there's nowhere to go. You just don't have the energy. That's, maybe you're not exactly sure what you're meant to do. That is the unfolding. This is where you, as you're looking for it, asking for signs, it's going to come in. Everything is going to start to open up and you're going to find yourself in that rising. But you have to keep getting back up. You have to keep trying. Find different ways, right? Something is going to work here. I know this. It's because of the Eight of Cups. You're going to walk away from something and release and move into a new energy. You are right now in the transition of it, especially if you're resonating with what I'm sharing with you today. And I trust that you're going to receive my message in the way that you are meant to, right? So what also Spirit wants you to be mindful of is all of the different things that are out in the world right now, especially in the digital world, digital space, that we are consuming right now, because sometimes the world can look like a very dark place, especially online, even in our own life, right? But the world actually isn't a dark place. It's a beautiful, abundant place. It's just we have a lot of different kinds of energies. So this is where Spirit is calling you to tune into yourself and work on releasing. And again, you can't do this you have to do it one by one. You can't just release everything, right? You have to work on that. One little thing is actually going to make a big difference. So if you only just pull one sword out, that's now opened a little bit of room. Now we have room for Spirit to come in. So this is where you're giving access to Spirit. That way they can communicate and connect with you as well. So you feel in tune. Right? What I get is choppy energy around this many kinds of swords, right? Energy of Spirit trying to communicate and come in, and it kind of gets choppy a little bit, so it can feel like we're not connected to Spirit. And the other thing happening here is not only do we have a cycle, chapter, something ending here in your life, but I'm seeing a new beginning. And this new beginning coming in is the Eight of Cups. It's a clean slate. You get to start fresh. You get to start over. You could do that anywhere in your life. I feel some of you have gone through your trials, your tribulations, and you're at a either breaking point or a breakthrough point where things are about to really change for you. You've been sensing this, you've been feeling it. Everything that you have gone through your life experience has taught you something. Okay, so whatever this story is, these experiences, I feel Spirit is calling you to write them down. Write down your story, Cancer, because I feel your story has power. The way that you share your story is where the energy is generated. And I don't know, I feel there's something creative. There's a channel that you can create within yourself to express what it is that you're holding on to, or what has been disturbing your energy, or the life experiences you've been through. Right? There's a lot of beautiful energy coming through two of these cards, which don't look beautiful, but what's happening is there's a process, there's something going on that is turning, you know, the negative experiences, the really tough challenges in our lives into something beautiful that you can express and share with others, right? This is a way of you releasing the weight, releasing the things that aren't aligned to you anymore. So I'm seeing some of you that have had experiences where you've closed yourself off, or you felt like you have been an outcast, or maybe people don't understand you, or perhaps you've gone through many different things, like a lot of different failures or mistakes, or you've gone through a lot of successes. There's almost like feeling like you're on the outside, you don't belong, or there's almost like, I don't know how to describe this, Cancer. If you're feeling this energy, share with me in the comment section below, but it just feels that maybe someone has been controlling your energy, and you're becoming aware of this. So the controlling shadow is just popping up here. This is where we're manipulated or influenced, doing things in our lives that don't align with who we are, but we do it because we've been told to do it, or, you know, our family taught us this, or whatever the reason is. I feel you're breaking away from generational baggage, generational and, you know, belief systems that family has put on you. It might not be family, it might be society, it might be something else. But I'm seeing some of you breaking free from something that has sat with you for a very long time, and you're actually meant to do that now. It is a part of what you're here to do in this lifetime, Cancer, is to release anything karmic that might be hanging on to you. And I feel this is the point of karma being in the air. You know, I did create a collective reading around a karmic cycle breaking, and look at this, Cancer. It's definitely coming in for some of you. Okay, so you're walking away, and whatever isn't in alignment with you now, you're going to know what that is, and you're going to find yourself actually walking away naturally, or these things or people falling away from your life. It's almost like they're disappearing. And there's a lot of distance that has been created. And I feel those of you that look back 6 months, your life is very different. And for others, you're going to notice that life has changed over the last 6 months for you. It was one point here and now here. And if you look back a year or even 2 years, it's way different than that. Okay. And you've been like, you feel a lot, Cancer. You're very intuitive. So you may be seeing signs, and I feel it's kind of like a season changing in your life. You're stepping into this new energy, and so as you're shifting, you are gradually moving into this, and this incoming shockwave is going to shake the things off that no longer belong. So this 8 of Cups is shaking things off. What they're showing me is a snake. I don't know if any of you have seen a snake recently. It's a shedding, it's a rebirthing energy, a renewal, right? You're taking a layer off, and you're stepping and emerging into this beautiful, new, fresh energy. And maybe you're starting over somewhere. Maybe you're starting something new, or you're walking away from something. Whatever this is, know the path ahead is meant for you. You're following what you're intuitively feeling, what you're intuitively sensing. That's where the power is. This is you now moving into spirit mind, connecting with that version, because we have two. Spirit mind, two minds, a spirit mind and a material mind. The material mind keeps us connected to the earth, right? To everything here in our physical reality, where spirit mind is not of this earth, right? Spirit mind is of spirit, is of universe, it is of Mother Earth. So, and you know, what I'm seeing here also is some of you that have changed your diet, your lifestyle, you're really taking care of yourself. You're finally deciding that it's time to walk away from the things that no longer work with your body. So there's almost like a balancing that is happening within this energy as well. Understanding the energy that you put into your body is the energy that it is going to express or generate. So maybe there's something that you have been recently eating that you're noticing isn't working with your body anymore. Maybe it did once, but it no longer does. And maybe there are things in your life that used to once work for you, but no longer they do, right? They don't anymore. So this is you actually now walking away from this and really creating some harmony in your life. I'm getting some of you walking away from a toxic relationship, maybe from a controlling person. They might have a controlling shadow. Or perhaps the other thing I'm getting here is someone speaking to you, like you're sitting down and having a genuine conversation. And all of a sudden someone says something to you, but in a genuine, loving way where it opens your eyes or your perspective to something that you didn't see before, right? And that is such a loving gesture from this other person to share that with you. So I do feel your intuition and the messages you're receiving are from other people. Okay, so just pay attention to what people are saying, and they're calling you not to allow that defensive or reactive energy to get the best of you, but rather stay grounded and rooted, right? And active listening here. Spirit is saying active listening. And I'm seeing some of you moving as well. You're moving away from somewhere, or you're going back home. We've got light and shadow energies. We've got a lot of different kinds of energies coming in. So some of you are moving away from something, and some of you are moving closer to something or someone, right? I feel this has to do with you. You're moving closer to yourself, or you're moving away from an old energy. Okay, so yeah, there's a reinvention of you happening here in the works. And these planetary alignments are actually going to help shake things up, right? It feels like the Moldavite stone. I don't know if any of you have Moldavite stones. That's a very strong energy stone, and it does create change. It aligns you to what you are meant to experience in your life. And sometimes when we experience changes really quickly, it can scare us. It can feel like, oh my gosh, this is actually bad luck. It's creating change in things I don't want to go through, but it's actually clearing stuff out. Sometimes that's not comfortable to do, right? So we are getting Angels and Ancestors Oracle card as your bonus card deck. So I'm going to pull one card here and see what it is that Spirit wants to share with you. So, oh, look at that. We've got a card that has flipped over. We've got two. I'm going to use the one on top for you. So we've got the Shapeshifter energy. Look at that, the Shapeshifter. And some of you might resonate with the image of this card today. So we've got a hawk, a wolf. We have the snake in between. And we have this man that is tuning into their wild, untamed nature, to their senses, to their spirit mind. So transform and unveil your gifts. Look at this. You have gifts that are going to be revealed to you, especially if you're not aware of what those gifts are. And those of you that are aware of your gifts, these are going to start to strengthen. And they really want you to lean into your gifts at this time, because they definitely have something to share. Okay, so take your time and focus on developing your gifts and your strengths. In shamanic traditions, a shapeshifter is either an animal that has the capacity to change between species, or a shaman who has the capacity to transform into an animal to go journeying. If there is a wild animal you are particularly drawn to or fascinated by, it's probably because you can transform into one in your meditation or journeying practice to go exploring in the other worlds. Wow. I didn't know that we can do that. So this is the first time I'm reading this here. When you shift into animal form, you can see the world through different eyes and tap into the animal survival skills to help yourself through a particular situation. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try visualizing myself as an animal and walking around in nature as that. So you may have been through many challenges and lows, but now you are in a space of transformation. You are moving beyond your past challenges and honing your current strengths. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover the gifts and talents that you were born with and born to share. So yeah, I feel the pressure's on for you, because you're meant to break free from something, but the only way that some of you are meant to break free is through the pressure, so that way you charge up. All of the past experiences have only helped you see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform in ways that people least expect. You have many talents that you will share in your lifetime. You are guided to stay focused on the light, knowing that it will guide you forward. When this card arrives, there's also an opportunity for you to tap into the power of your spirit animal. Note if you're seeing a particular animal regularly, because its medicine is coming to you, okay? So you might be seeing an animal all the time recently, right? It's just showing up for you. It might be a crow, it could be a dog, it could be a neighbor's cat, right? So let's pull an angel number. Some of you are already seeing this angel number. This is going to give you your confirmation and guidance today. So 1212, persistence. That is going to be your superpower. So your message today is, oh, happy day. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Take immediate actions once it pops up. And of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards for you. So look at that. Cancer. So this is your message. This is your reading. I hope it resonates for you. If it does, please comment below, hit that like button. And if you're brand new to my channel and you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing. Other than that, I wanted to wish you all a beautiful day and thank you so much for watching. All right, so those of you that have made it this far in my video today, thank you so much for your love and support. Your presence here means so much to me. Now, I just wanted to remind everyone that I do have a secondary channel, Sacred Knowledge Living, where myself, my husband Paul, his brother Tom, and Tom's wife Katomi bring you more content. Katomi also brings us the Magic Intention candle, so she has a lot of behind the scenes there. We have meditations and podcasts. Now, I also wanted you to check out my website, www.sacredknowledgetarot.com. I have a lot of offerings there as well, which include my 14-day Mindset Challenge ebook and the 60-day Soul Commitment Challenge that myself and my husband Paul put together for all of you. So make sure you go check that out. Now, I also wanted you to check out some of these videos, especially if you enjoyed the video that you just watched. So enjoy, and until the next time.